It's time for Pass the Mic. This is where we bring in different voices for this segment and feature lots of local comedians because we love hearing their jokes and their joy. Today, we're talking about a special birthday for one DC and one of America's most recognizable landmarks. The Lincoln Memorial turned 100 years old. That's right, if you listened to our mic drop yesterday, you got the notice. Yes, it has become the backdrop of many historic moments in American history. It was modeled after the Parthenon in Greece, which your boy has checked out. The memorial gets about 6 million visitors a year and only briefly dipped because of the pandemic. Only briefly. Pretty much anybody you talk to has vivid memories of the memorial, so I brought in my man, old Mike B, to discuss. When you hear Lincoln Memorial, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
I think of Martin Luther King instantaneously. I think of Martin Luther King and the civil rights. And then I also think about I read in the article there's 87 steps, and I give them more props because I've walked those 87 steps in regular Jordans and my feet hurt, but they walked those 87 steps in church shoes. So that's a hell of a feat.
That is a hell of a feat. No pun intended. No pun intended. Actually, the original design had Lincoln on a pyramid before it got its temple look. Now, how would you have felt about the pyramid Lincoln Memorial?
I think that would have been kind of fly, actually. To have a pyramid, Lincoln in a pyramid.
Yeah, I think it would look cool, but it would be the subject of a whole lot of QAnon articles at this point. Yeah, I don't think it would have aged particularly well where we are right now.
Especially with the third eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, the third eye monument. It would change from the Lincoln Memorial to the third eye monument. I think you're right on the money on that one, the third eye.
Yeah. It would be an issue. What memories do you have of the Lincoln Memorial?
A field trip I went when I was in elementary school. Just riding from Norfolk, Virginia to the Lincoln Memorial in a school bus, and thinking it was the best thing. Smoking because we was going to DC, and we walked around the monument and everything, and went up the steps and played, and just the looking from the Lincoln and then being able to see the Capitol. I think that's Capitol, the mall and everything, is amazing. And it's funny because I'm as an adult now, being able to go into the city whenever I want to, it's amazing how much we take for granted that site. Like being able to walk up those steps, turn around, look at the memorial and the mall and everything. So that's one of the things that I enjoy the most.
That's actually quite true about taking it for granted. My wife and I actually had our first kiss at the Lincoln Memorial. And we decided to make it part of the wedding, right? So we ended up taking a bunch of photos by the Lincoln and, all down the mall in the tuxedo and the wedding dress. And people were so nice about coming up and congratulating us for getting married. And I was like, I didn't even know that was a thing that people did where you congratulate people when you see. I get annoyed when I see people getting married. Oh, here they come. Gotta take up all now I gotta get out the way, right? Now I can't get my selfie because you got your professional photographer and all hail y'all who just got married. And don't let me start hating on the couple for whatever reason. Oh, that ain't gonna work out. You know what we get? You know what we get in our head. I'm like, wow.
Blocking traffic. They start blocking traffic. You try to get somewhere, they done block the traffic from Memorial Way, whatever. They block the traffic so you can't go nowhere. And then the Secret Service is out there because the president's out there. Like, what is he doing out here today? He ain't got nothing to do.
He ain't got nothing to do. Hey, this world is giving me a lot of reasons to be negative and pessimistic about the state of our world. But that day at the Lincoln, everybody was there. Almost undid it. You didn't undo it, but you almost. You came really damn close. So shout out to them, all those random anonymous people, most of which were probably tourists. So look at tourists being dope.
Implants. They didn't even come here.
No.
They don't live here. They would have been mad at you.
You guys are much better people than me because I still get annoyed whenever I see somebody and now I gotta wait to take my photos for the gram because somebody decided to get married. By the way, I still put out that the Lincoln Memorial is the GOAT. However, a close second, as we learned on 980 today, the Awakening. The Awakening! Somebody bring the Awakening back into public view. By the way, if you want to hear more from old Mike B, he has a weekly show on Tuesday at 8 p.m. at Shenanigans and Adams Morgan called Broken Mike Comedy Presents Talk to Me Tuesdays. Yes, I know the Awakenings